We got to 5-0 and found out a little more about our guys. Thought it was a good, mature win. Guys handled the business. A little bit different kind of a game because of the field position, some of the turnovers there that created short fields for our offense. Thought Mike did a lot of great things, and again had 3 touchdowns and added on to our we were 100% in the red zone scoring, 3 touchdowns. Got our first 5 drives. We scored on all 5 drives. A lot to learn from the ones that we had to settle for field goals. Great job by Tate Sandell with the 3 field goals in the first half. Really, and he's been just been fantastic. I think he had the 4th longest field goal in stadium history. Again, 9 different guys caught balls, and we were over 50% on third downs. Great job by the offense. Did a great job on defense, just being disruptive. Again, playing really good in the run game, and 5 sacks, 13 tackles for loss, under 20% on 3rd and 4th downs. Really good job there. Grayson Miller was great again. Had 2 inside the 10-yard line or 20-yard line and 1 at the 1. Got our first couple of turnovers, so we're on our way. -4 on the season, so that was great. Good defense there coming out, and Satengya did a great job. 97 punt return yards. I think that's the most that we've had as a punt return yards in a game since 2012. So fantastic job by Isaiah as well. Really liked being able to celebrate with the guys. You know, R. Mason Thomas has a career high 6 tackles, and some of the tackles for loss, sack, those kind of things. But just maturity, to show up and play to and compete to a standard, regardless of who we're playing or how the game's going. And I just really appreciate that about our guys. Certainly wasn't perfect. You want things to coach from off of tape, and but thought we did what we needed to do, handle business. Isaiah Satengya, again, the initial evaluation was good, promising, and I think the latest scans were good as well. But man, what a scary thing for him, and so hopefully he'll be okay long term here. But yeah, just overall, again, a really good day. As we know, there's been several people around the country kind of sleepwalk through those games, and you just have an appreciation for our guys, the strain, all the work that they put in here over the last week and a half to continue to build rhythm, develop confidence, improve, be relentless to improve in all the incremental ways that a season will bring. So going down to Dallas next week, second SEC game, and it's a big game like it always is. It has been for 100 years, and the emotion that goes into that game, the intensity and the environment. It's a great setting, one of the coolest environments you can have an opportunity to play and compete in. This year will be no different. Our guys are looking forward to that challenge and with the work and the preparation, that's got to go into another week, of the challenges of what, sit in front of us with Texas. So something I know our guys will be looking forward to.
Brent, if you go to Dallas and Mateer can't play, how do you feel about Hawkins? Playing in that
yeah, I'm assuming he can't. Again, he had some experience playing in there last year, and really, my mindset is no different than it was going into today. Again, we need to play well in the areas that we are in control, taking care of the ball, making layups when they're there, not try to do too much. We've got to, again, some of all of our parts as a football team to complement, one another. And but I feel great about Mike.
You think of your running game tonight, did not in particular?
Yeah, it was good to see him get out there. Torrey had some really good, tough runs as well. I thought those guys, and also in conjunction with, the quarterback, some of the quarterback run game and zone read and pulling it and that kind of thing. Witt and Mike both had a couple of really good runs. I thought those guys ran with good pace and strength, power, run through some trash, and good acceleration, good instincts running the ball. So again, keep it all in perspective, but a good day. Rushed for just under 200 yards, and they have a loaded box. So, but we did what we needed to do, and there's some good things to teach from, off of tape.
How did you feel Mike controlled the offense, ran the offense today?
Yeah, it was good. Like I said, first 5 drives, scored all 5 drives. Again, 2 touchdowns, 3 field goals, and, anxious to look at the tape and see what you can learn from off of that tape to stay into rhythm, what happened, how those drives stall. Again, come out the second half, and I think maybe overall we scored another a couple times, there in the second half, not including the defense. And, again, overall, did what we needed to do and made plays when we needed to. And, again, there'll be plenty to learn from, first, start of the season and really extensive time. Anxious to get into the film room and see what we can learn.
Brent,
what did you think about
when Keontae went into the wall there? You ran over there pretty quickly. You don't always see a head coach do that. Was your level of concern as high as it's been for a guy, and were you able to talk to him when you were over
Yeah, he was alert. He was in some pain in his back, and I won't get into all the details. But yeah, he was going full speed and ran into the wall. So no, you dang right. I was very concerned, and I'm thankful. Once I got over there, realized based on the questions he was answering was very coherent, and yeah, my head's fine. My legs are fine. Again, it's kind of like probably being in a car wreck, I would guess. I haven't seen the video of it, but, I was thankful because it appeared that all things considered, he was okay.
Brent, what did you think about Eli's performance today, getting back, and just how important was that?
Yeah, well, I didn't see him be a victim of anything I didn't like. So, and I only say that because he didn't hit a whole lot of action, and there were some things to learn from. There was a 3 deep, and they ran a curl and an over route, and he's got to keep zoning it off, have big vision. So that was the one that I'd say, hey, man, I'd give you a minus on this one. But overall, great to have him back out there. Great to have Giovanni back out there. And there was a heck of a lot more good than not because of that. And but he's been practicing very well, just like he has been. He's ultra consistent. He's detailed. He's ready. His readiness is as good as anybody in the locker room. And, good to have him back with that group of guys.
Brent, Texas gave up, I believe, 6 sacks tonight, even though Florida ranks, I believe, in the 130s in sacks per game. I'm just wondering, how confident are you ahead of facing this Texas offense?
Yeah, don't know anything about Texas right now. I know about our guys in the locker room. I'm excited to go down to Dallas with them, but, haven't spent, very much time at all on, the preparation and things like that. Every team in college football got problems. And, so whatever those are, I'm worried about what our problems are and where we need to get better.
When you have a guy like Jaden Knott who hasn't had the start of the season that he probably wanted here, what does it say about him to, I guess, stay invested and perform the way he did?
Yeah, and I say this to the guys all the time, doesn't matter what's taken place, good or bad, in the past, yesterday, literally just a few days ago. All that matters is what you do today and moving forward. So you gotta die to the good, you gotta die to the bad, and when you die, you win. You're getting better, and that needs to be the focus. Learn from the getting cut and mistakes or bad moments, things of that nature. And maybe I haven't had my opportunity, whatever that is. Nobody wants to hear it. Nobody feels bad for you. All that matters is what you do now. It was good to see him out there and doing some things. And again, what we've said, answering some of the questions earlier this week, man, he's looked good over the bye week. And he's gotten to a nice rhythm. He's run with some power and some confidence. And it's taken him a little longer, but, man, it's right on time.
Brent, you move back to the SEC play. What kind of weapon is tape becoming for you guys? You talked about it being a one-possession league.
Yeah, tremendous. You need those guys to be able to perform, and be reliable and dependable. The teams that we're going to play, they're not going to score touchdowns all the time. So from a timeliness standpoint and a readiness standpoint and ability to execute, it makes a huge difference. We know that. And so, man, he's been great. and our punting game, our field goal overall in the season's been fantastic, and we're going to have to lean on that at times.
Well, when you got here tonight, you said you found out a little bit more about your guys. What specifically do you think?
I think
you
number
found out about them tonight?
yeah, number one is just maturity to again show up, play with passion, energy, intensity, detail, physicality, be excited to play, celebrate the success. This is still a game of doing. This is a game of performance. This is a game of if we are who we say we are, then it's about standards and we play and compete and show up a certain way to this stadium. You don't play to an opponent, a scoreboard, a jersey, a time, a temperature. You show up and play and compete, to a performance. That's all anybody here wants to see. That's all any of us coaches, want to see. And you can't cheat this game. There's one way, the right way, the hard way. There aren't no shortcuts to how you win. And again, in winning, and again, we had a shutout, and there was nothing easy about it. There were some moments where it was easier, but there's nothing easy about winning and being successful. And when our guys grab onto that, I think that you can have a performance, like you had today. Has nothing to do with the opponents, just the cleanliness, the readiness, the detail. And again, we're going to get a lot more pushback, and we're going to have a lot more challenges. We know that. But it's all relative to the team that you're lining up against. And again, the things that I just talked about, the investment that it takes to win and be successful week in and week out.
What did you think of guys like Okoye and Marcus Strong that
Yeah.
got a lot more snaps?
No, it was great. I noticed Danny. He did a great job early in the game, got a sack, and he's got a big live body and super explosive and athletic, and he's becoming a really good player. So's Marcus, and we held a couple of guys, and so he and Grayson and David and Trent Wilson got in there and had more snaps. And that was great, as you try to continue to develop your team. I think that's a part of what you want to be able to do. 1 week to the next, it's going to pay, big dividends, down the road when you can play more guys. I think we played 75 guys. You always want to play more, but, that was really good. Just getting a little bit of playing time does a lot for the morale, and certainly, building the team and the depth is a great thing.
Is that what you during when you got here, especially defense, you want that you could build a unit where you could feel comfortable playing that many guys on defense? I'm talking about in particular.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think you have to have some competitive depth. The game's too hard. There's too many challenges. Guys are not going to stay completely healthy. Most of them won't be completely healthy the whole year. And so you got to learn to be able to play at 75, 80, 85%. That's what really good players do. But at the end of the day, you only have so much tread on your tires. And so, and I don't know what the snap count was, probably not a whole lot, but it's great to be able to play more guys. It's going to pay big dividends, whether it's guys being a little healthier down the road or the experience and the trust and the confidence that everybody gains from being able to play.
How big was it to see Caden Helms get some action and get that?
Yeah, it's good. I think maybe a second career touchdown, and he's really been blocking well at the point of attack. He's very athletic. Obviously, he was in a cast there for a good while, but, man, my favorite part of what I've seen him take a next step is his ability to go block and put his face on people and his hands on people.
Did you get any sense of relief getting that first turnover?
I mean, I wasn't anxious about that, I'll be honest. I know that they'll come. My excitement is more on the physicality to cause the fumble. Maybe they just fainted and dropped the ball too. So we won't apologize, I can promise you. And then really good execution on a zone blitz on the slant route by Jaden Hardy. That's excellent execution, on their part. I think Kendall Dolby had a pressure. The quarterback just pulled it out of the belly. He saw the blitz and tried to poke it in there on the slant, and they had hit the slant, same formation earlier. We were in a different call, and it looks like the quarterback thought he was in a man call. We were in a cover 2 trap concept. So excellent execution. It's great.
You mentioned the shutout before, but when the defense came so close in those 2 games against Illinois State and Temple, how much should they just value preserving that shutout tonight?
Yeah, I think again, I want to promote the work, the investment, the preparation, the detail, the passion, the energy that it takes to have the shutout's a byproduct of those things. And so my job is to continue to create buy-in by our guys just every single week, just affirmation. You did well. And so why'd you do well? Because you're talented, because, you're popular? No. Because it's Oklahoma and it's versus Kent State? No, it has nothing. There's plenty of teams that look like crap because they don't show up with an edge, with passion, with energy. They're playing to a scoreboard or an opponent. And so what I like the most is just the validation of the work and the preparation. This is a game that'll love you back when you love it and do the things that it requires.
Brent, that Kansas-Lewis collision, that was just such a high-speed collision. Would you advocate for any sort of padding on those end zone walls to maybe reduce the impact there in the future?
Yeah, we're evaluating all options when it comes to, the safety of our players. Make things safer without question.
Brent, how did it feel to get Giovanni some game time today?
Oh, it was great. No, it was good. To see his smile, you found yourself just cheesing, seeing him out there having fun, seeing his teammates celebrate him as well. But that was proud of him, really proud of him.
Thank you, Coach.
All right.
All right. Hey, really good team win today. A lot of good things out there today, but the first thing that I want to talk about is I just want to talk about Mike Hawkins. I want to talk about how he has been the last 2 weeks, throughout the bye week and throughout this week of preparation. He's been stellar. He's been an awesome teammate, and he really stepped in and commanded the role. And I think you saw a lot of that today, too. So just a testament to that kid, testament to his process, testament to how he has worked and how he's put himself in position to be successful. It was awesome today to get Jay Knott going, too. Again, he's someone that I think I bragged on the last 2 weeks just from how he's been at practice, his mindset at practice, how he really attacked those moments and those situations. And I think he did a lot of really good things today. So I think a lot of awesome things that we can build on from an offensive standpoint. But I just really wanted to point out those two guys because they put in an unbelievable amount of work the last 2 weeks. And so I'm really proud of them, proud of this team win. And with that, I'll take some questions.
And talk about your start. You scored your first 5 possessions, 3 are field goals. So how do you look at that as an offensive coordinator?
How do I look at that? You went 5 for 5 scoring on those. I believe it was 2 touchdowns and 3 field goals. And our goal is to end every single drive with a kick. Right, every single drive with the kick, and you're hoping it's a PAT and not a field goal. And there's just a few little things on those drives that we kicked field goals that kept us from staying on schedule or moving the ball down the field. Things that we got to clean up. But at the end of the day, whenever you have Tate Sandell, who's just absolute nails out there, right? He's a great kid. He exudes confidence, and I don't think anyone on our sideline has zero doubt whenever he walks out there that he's going to make that field goal. So you're proud of the 5 for 5 scoring drive, but you got to clean up those things because you want to end with touchdowns. You want to. That's the standard here, and we got to clean some things up in order to finish with the ball in the end zone.
And what were some of the things that you liked that Michael did, and what were maybe some areas that you hope he can improve upon?
I thought Mike operated really well today. I thought he had great command out there, and he showed that throughout the last 2 weeks. But I thought he went out there. I didn't think the moment was too big for him at all, and I think that goes back to a lot of things that happened last year with him. He kind of got some of those probably jitters out of the way, but he went out there and he led and he competed well. For the most part, he was really good with his feet and his eyes. I think there's a few throws on film that he's going to wish that he had back, but for the most part, other than a few things that come to mind, he was really pretty clean today, and so great preparation, but I thought he commanded and I thought he led really well.
How was the communication with him on the sidelines and in the helmet? Did you learn anything new about him, in a game setting?
Learn about anything new about him in a game setting? That's a good question. He was really, really good and really receptive on the sideline. You know, it helps having the tablet right there. You can give immediate feedback. Hey, what were you looking at right here? Why'd you go here instead of there? And he was really, really receptive to any coaching that went on, but he was able to articulate what he saw on the field really well. And so I thought that was really big time. The fact that he could come off before we even watched the play and able to articulate what happened, and then you watch it and it's like, okay, yeah, I see what you're talking about right there. So just really receptive and really aware of everything that was going on.
Ben, how much did it help Mike and you guys in an offense that Isaiah seemed to always just be in the right spot and the consistency that he's had?
Yeah, you said it right there. I mean, he is as consistent as they come. You know, he's a guy that you can trust. He's a guy that I think everybody in the building trusts. He's where he's supposed to be, when he's supposed to be there, getting there how he's supposed to be there. And that builds a lot of confidence in not only coaches, but the quarterback and the other players. And so he's a model of consistency in our building, from taking care of his body physically to how he prepares himself mentally for the games. So, you know, I think I've said it maybe the last 2 or 3 weeks, everything good that's happening to him, it's not just because, you know, he's lucky or something. He puts in the work and reaps the benefits of it.
And OU, Texas, Red River Rivalry, Arlington, all these eyes of the nation, huge game. A couple of years ago, 34-30. There's often high-scoring games. How does that kind of game excite you as an offensive coordinator?
I'm excited to get down there and get to be a part of the tradition that goes with it, the history that goes with it, the pageantry that goes with it. I think it's something that's really, really good for college football. But you can't look at it, I mean, through a different lens. I mean, it's our next opponent. We have to prepare, and we have to put these kids in position to go be successful and ultimately win the game. I am excited for it, but what I'm excited for is our players get to go play in this game and be in these moments. You know, a lot of our guys have done that before. They've been here for a few years, but some of them haven't. I think it's going to be a really special moment that these guys are going to get to carry with them for the rest of their lives. And so really excited about it.
And you got a number of guys, new guys, that you played a number of tight ends. Helms gets a touchdown. As you mentioned earlier, Ott got going today. How does this going to help your offense down the road?
I think it builds really, really good competitive depth, but also it's stuff that you can springboard into the future. All right, you can build off of this. You can build off these game reps, these live reps, because practice is really, really good. Practice can only take you so far, though, from a football player standpoint. You have to have the real-time gameplay experience, and I think that's going to be really good for us. We were able to get a lot of guys in today, and that's really exciting. A lot of those guys, they have earned it. Earned the right to play, especially in, you know, a moment like that. So I was happy to see us get a lot of guys in there. I was happy to see some of the guys step up that stepped up, and we have to build on it. We have to, you know, make a conscious effort every single day to build off of everything that we've seen and incrementally get better.
Brent was saying that, you know, he's assuming that John won't be available next weekend. With what you saw from Michael today, did that do anything to just, you know, reaffirm your confidence heading into, you know, back in SEC play with him as a potential starter?
Yeah, I mean, back to what I said on Tuesday, I believe in Mike Hawkins, and I have a lot of confidence in Mike Hawkins, and he's done that with his preparation and his work. So, I mean, whether John's available or not, whether we play with Mike or whoever we play with, I got a lot of confidence in those guys, and again, it's just the type of kids they are, the type of kid that Mike is, and the way that he prepares himself too. So I got a lot of confidence in Mike Hawkins. Oh, it was huge. It was huge. I mean, whenever you talk about the day as a whole, our morning walkthroughs, right? Just sitting there and constantly just giving good little nuggets of advice. Whenever we're out there on the sideline, I think I heard it like 12 times today. Dude, that was freaking awesome. Like talking to Mike, and that affirmation goes so far for a kid's confidence and his ability to keep on playing. And John was great for the entire team too. You know, I've said in the past about him, he's just always wanting to be the best leader that he possibly can and the best teammate that he possibly can for everybody. And I thought he did that today.
Ben, you mentioned Jaden Ott earlier. What's it just say about his investment, to stay bought in, even though maybe he hasn't had the start to the season that maybe he wanted?
Well, he's a very mature kid. He's a very aware kid, and he's a very experienced kid. He knows what it looks like and what it doesn't look like, and the way that he's practiced the last 2 weeks, is what it looks like. The way he's prepared is what it looks like, and so he's very mature. He's very aware, and so I think it speaks a lot to him as a kid, as a young man, and I love what I've seen from him, both football and personally here as of lately, and so I'm really excited for him.
What does he bring to this offense? It seems like he's got quite a bit of juice when he's got the ball in his hand.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you said it. He's got some really good juice to him. He's got great awareness whenever the ball's in his hand. He does a great job of being patient, and sticking his foot and getting vertical and finishing with his pads going forward. So, and again, I don't think you can discount the amount of ball that he's played and the experience that he has. That goes a long way, especially whenever we get into the second half of the season.
Getting the offensive line that you had in Michigan back as a starting group today helped for getting the run game going, but also setting up for next week?
I think it's huge. I think it's really huge. Again, the offensive line position is all about cohesion and chemistry. So the more that you can get the same group playing together, the more the communication is going to build. The stronger the communication is going to get. Being on the same page, coming off being a violent offensive lineman, it's going to build the more and more you're around the same guys. And so I think it's a big thing for us. And got to keep on getting better. Yeah, appreciate y'all. Boomer.
Michael, how did you think it went today for you? Just talk about in general how the day went.
It was a great win as a whole, just being able to get out there again with those guys and develop the relationships and continue to develop those. But it was a great win as a whole, just, moving the ball and getting great looks.
Michael, can you take us through that touchdown pass to Isaiah there where you were getting sacked and then you were able to complete it to him?
Yeah, up front on defense, they kind of tried to set a pick stunt, and they kind of got through there a little, but I honestly don't know how I made the throw, but it's just kind of, I just reacted, so. Yes,
how did this game feel? This was not an SEC game, not a marquee opponent. Every other game you played, except garbage time, It's been a cauldron, Tennessee, Auburn, South Carolina, Texas. How did it feel different today?
It was just great. We had 2 weeks for preparation, and I'm in a new offense. It's great having Coach Arbuckle and Coach Kuz there to develop me even more. But just getting a rhythm going with the guys and just kind of getting some confidence going into this Texas week.
You mentioned Ben and Kuz, but how helpful was John today, just having him on the sideline, having him do walkthroughs and everything?
Yeah, John's a great guy. Our relationship is really good, and he's a mentor towards me, and I kind of look up to him, and he helps me with a lot when I have questions, so he's definitely a great guy to have in the room.
Mike, you had Coach Arbuckle as your quarterback coach for the bowl game, but what was it like today having him call the plays and kind of set you up?
It was good just seeing where his head's at when we were on the bench and just like going through the iPad together. And him calling plays it's great to see just the way he operates, and it's great having him as my coach now. But it was similar to the bowl game too.
Is it helpful having him on the sideline as well down there? Immediately you could talk to him as well.
Yeah, for sure. His knowledge of the game is great, and just him seeing things that I maybe not seeing at the time, but he's a great help.
You may be the quarterback Saturday at Texas. You've done that before. What did you learn last year in that game that will help you this week?
Yeah, like I've said in the past, just my process has gotten way better with the support staff around me, with Coach Arbuckle and Coach Kuz and John and the other quarterbacks in the room. But they're a great team, and I'm really excited for that weekend coming up because, obviously didn't go our way last year.
Michael, Keontae gets hurt there in the first quarter. What was your perspective on just that whole scene?
Just praying for him and praying for him to get back healthy, and I always look at it as like, how can I do better? And so like little things like that. But he's doing great just from the news we've got as a team. So I'm just praying for him.
You were, when they got him on the cart and all you guys went over there, you were one of the first guys over there. What did you say to him? Did he say anything to you guys when you were over there?
I just expressed that I love him and just go get this win for him.
Mike, what were some of the areas that you felt like you could have done maybe better today, or places that you're going to look on tape and say, man, I've got to be better on this?
Yeah, just, certain times just making throws that are easy and just keep my feet calm. But that's an easy fix. But I have the amazing support staff around me to, keep me going. So it was great.
That game last year in Dallas, how did it feel different than any other game you played?
I feel like it's obviously a big rivalry game, and going into it was a big game just with the fans and just the history of it. But I feel like it's a regular game. You go out there and just play ball.
Mike, in what specific ways has Coach Q's mentored you?
Say it again?
In what ways has Coach Q's mentored you specifically?
Oh, just his detail with how he teaches, and he's very hands-on. I love his mind. He's a genius when it comes to quarterbacks, and he knows a lot about a lot of positions on offense. But just his detail with us in the room is really good, and just I could take from his mind and put it in mine. So it's a great feeling having someone like that in the room.
Michael, you found 9 different receivers today. Is that typical in this offense, or do you just feel like it was a good day moving the ball around?
Yeah, I think it's typical, just how we spread the ball a lot and just get it going and just get a lot of guys involved. So I think it's very typical.
Last year in Dallas was not obviously a favorable result. What are some things that maybe you're working on or going to work on this week that are going to be different than last year?
Just my same preparation I've had this whole year. Just getting on the same page with our guys in the room and just my process, continuing to get that better and bringing the guys along. So I think we're going to have a great day on Saturday next week.
Michael, what was it like to see Jay Knott get it going today, and how beneficial can he be for this offense?
Now, he's a great weapon to have in the backfield. Just you can put him outside at receiver too. He's very versatile. So seeing him go today was a great feeling for the whole offense.
All right. Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you all.